Hey, you guys, Tony Besson here with Wealth Builders HQ and creator of Patterns in a Flash. We're going to take a brief moment and just go through the pattern of the week from last week and see how things played out and see what else may be on the radar. Before we do that and get the disclaimer out of the way, I am not a registered broker-dealer, investment advisor. I will not give you any recommendations or advice. Everything we do here is purely for educational purposes. If I do mention a trade, just assume that it is a paper trade or a practice trade. For regulatory reasons, we do not discuss funded trading. So last week we looked at a symmetrical triangle on TJX, which is TJ Maxx. I was drawing a blank there for a second. TJX Companies is technically the name, but it's TJ Maxx and whoever else they own. But what we looked at is a symmetrical triangle in a bearish mode, which does not come up very often. I know there's a lot of clutter on that chart. In fact, I'm going to get rid of, we'll zoom back in. But basically, we were looking for this thing to break down below that 64 level. But it did not. It actually broke above. And so it has negated our trading opportunity. I don't even know what some of these are for. Some of these dashed lines I know are for short-term deals, so I'm not going to leave them there. I'm going to get rid of them. There may still be an opportunity. The market is, I don't know if I'd say it's crashing, but it is certainly dropping very, very rapidly and very fast today. Yesterday was Thursday, April 21st, and it was down a bunch. And yeah, all the major every market's off 2% or more right now. Russell's down 2.25%, and everything else is right about 2%. So they are getting trashed today. Whether or not that presents another trading opportunity here, TJ Maxx possibly if it drops below 62.40, that could play out. So we shall see. Another one, this is one I literally just about 5-10 minutes ago took a loss on this. I got into this yesterday. This was an inverted head and shoulders, double or triple bottom, whatever you want to call it. It broke up. Things were looking bullish. We had a little volume push there after earnings. I thought there could be a potential of it running up. But as you can see, not everything works out. So I ended up getting a decent-sized position on this. Not huge, but and just got out. I lost $550, I think it was. So not terrible. So not that big of a deal. Obviously, it depends on how much capital you're working with. You know, for some of you, $500 might be a lot. $500 for me was it's just another day. So again, not trying to brag, just saying. You know, some of us, you know, some people are trading with a lot more money, and some people are working with $1,000. If you're working with $1,000 and you just took a $500 hit, that doesn't feel good. And trust me, I've been there, so I know what it feels like to have a $1,000 account and watch it go away. You know, when trades move against you big time. So you got to be more cautious when you're trading with smaller amounts. You got to be more careful, more selective, more picky, and much more disciplined. CVX is still a possibility. We've got a right shoulder still kind of forming, but I'm not as excited about it as I was. We got earnings coming up here in about a week or two. This is one, Manulife Financial. This is a small one. If you are working with a smaller account, this is one that you could have taken advantage of, and obviously it's too late now. I think this was the week before. But we had a nice double top forming, nice little, we kept hitting the tops, and that's one thing I talked about is when you see these long shadows up here, it tells you that the bulls ran it up, and at 21.50, they met resistance. The bears came in about 21.50 and started selling. So with those long shadows, and it kept trying to poke above there, basically, it's like trying to jump through a ceiling, right? And if you can't get there, eventually your head's going to be bloody and you're eventually going to give up. Well, the bulls gave up. You know, they tried yesterday. They tried to get it, and they took it up there, but they took it right to the previous high. I wonder if that's exact. 29. Oh, wait. What's the high of that day? 21.84? 21.86. So basically, it was 2 pennies from the exact high. And then it just tanked, and it's just been dropping ever since. And it's probably going to come down to about 20. So for those of you that are inside Patterns in a Flash that maybe took advantage of this, awesome. If you did, you probably just paid for your subscription, or at least part of it, right? Novavax, I'm cranky at this one for the second time now. I missed this one back in the pandemic days when it was at $11. I sold the $13 puts for 2 or 3 days, collected $2.50. I made 40% rate of return in 3 days. I had like $1,000 on the line. I collected $250 or something like that. So I was relatively happy. I can't remember what the numbers were, but it was 40% in 2 or 3 days of time. And so yeah, I was cranky because it ran to like, $275. And if it would have closed below 13, I would have owned 100 shares at about $10. So I missed a monster trade. But this one right here, that vertical line that I highlighted this on, said if it breaks below that level, that $69, $70 level, it's probably dropping to 50. I got out of half my trade. I got stopped out here. I put a stop on part of it to get me out with a profit. I think it was about 50% on it. And then I got out 2 days ago with about the same. I think I closed it out for $9, and right now I just looked at them a little bit ago, even though I shouldn't have. They were $13, which is what I was hoping to get to. So I'm a little cranky right now that I left about $4 on the table, but it is what it is. This is one of those stocks that can move big. I mean, you look back here, if you didn't get out this day, the next day you were hating yourself, right? And this is one that could have done that. So I was like, you know what? I'm happy with a 50, 60, 70% rate of return in, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about two and a half weeks. 50 to 70% in 2.5 weeks, not too shabby. Do I wish I would have kept a little bit of it and left it there to keep going, see how far it will go? Yeah, I do. But at the same time, I didn't. I just pulled out. I was like, you know what? It's not always bad to cash out and move on to something different. So I can't say I'm upset because the rest of my trades, and I keep getting into stuff and adding to things, and they just continue to fall. And I've been bearish for a while, and now is my playtime. So if you don't know how to trade the downside, then learn it very quickly. It's all about reading charts. It really is. And that's what Patterns and Flash is all about. So if you haven't jumped on it yet, haven't taken advantage of it, jump on it. You get a 2-week free trial. Go to Wealth Builders HQ. Get the trial for 2 weeks. There's 8 hours of video. You've got the flashcards in there, of course, the quizzes, and the bonus videos, and also a calculator in there that can help you with risk-reward. So go check it out. Test drive it. Kick the tires. If you have any questions, you come in. I get a live workshop once or twice a month that I do for those that subscribe to the tool. And so, yeah, go check it out. Test drive it, and we'll see you in there. So, but as we say at the end, if you're going to fail just one thing, fail at quitting. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
Folks, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the training. Now, if you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up and go ahead and hit the subscribe button right over here and hit the bell to keep up with all the latest trading content. And oh, did you know that we have a podcast? Supercharge your trading education with the Stock Market Millionaire, which you can find in the description down below. And while you're there, you can also find other amazing free trading resources that I put together just for you.